Hi everybody in YouTube world, it's June, your Tarot Queen. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I hope everybody is well and rested. I've been debating on a reading I wanted to do. We talk about Trump's legacy or Epstein's legacy and all of these legacies. Well, what about their victims' legacy? So I was thinking I'm going to do a reading on, how are the victims handling all of this? How is their energy holding up? I mean, they were brave, very brave to come forward. So, I'm wondering how their energy is, how they're feeling about this whole dangling the carrot of Maxwell. I just, am really curious to know how they're doing. So I'm going to be using the Mystic Dreamer today, and I also may do a bonus reading. There's another reading I have on my mind too, so I'm going to be doing two today, and hopefully I may, cut this one off and do the other one, but I'll be posting them probably both either today or tomorrow, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long this takes. Let's ask Universe how are the victims' legacy going? How are they feeling? How, like Jean Carroll, how is she doing? Is she still holding up, and she's still being strong and standing up to these pedophiles that we have all over the Epstein files, I'm sure. And I'm sure it's not just Trump. There are multiple politicians, I'm sure, on that list. And I know he's on it. Everybody knows that. Anyway, so I don't know why he denies it. But, well, yeah, I do, because he's crazy. But anyway, let's see how the victims are feeling right now. Or how they can keep their cool. Universe, what can we tell the victims out there to help their legacy, to help them be strong? What can we tell them, Universe, as to what they can do right now to get the pedophile behind bars, get them all behind bars where they deserve to be, no matter how much money they have, or how less they have, or how sick they are. They need to be in institutions or something and prey on each other. So let's see what the victims are feeling right now. Let's see about the victims' legacy. Universe, talk to me. Okay. Let's see what the victims are feeling right now. Okay. Hold that one. Pull all those. Woo. Oh, well, there's a lot of victims, I guess. Different people react different ways. It's just all you have to... Yep, that's it. This one about flipped up. Okay. It looks like, some of the victims are like, oh my gosh, I've done my best. I want to walk away from this. I don't want to feel it anymore. And probably like Virginia, I think her last name was Wolf, I'm not sure. No, that's a writer. Anyway, Virginia, the one that committed suicide, she was tired. She was tired of hearing it and tired of being blamed for something that someone else did to her. It's not her fault. Just like it's not any of their fault. Their legacy is that they stood up, that they did stand tall. They went through the embarrassment. They went through the things that no one should have to go through and then have to relive it again and again and again and again and again. And, even be in the face of what happened to her with Epstein. Awful. Her way was walking away, and her way of walking away was not a good way. So if you're walking away with a positive attitude and not letting this dude live in your head, or any dude or female or whomever it may be, you're doing good. If you're walking away because you're tired, well, guys, that's not your legacy. You came forward, and that's not your legacy. You still have to fight. You still have to fight for that. So please, please, don't walk away. I know it's hard, but we all are with you. We are all standing with you. We will hold your hand if you want us to. We are all standing with you, except for, of course, the pedophiles, but they don't count. Also, I believe that, they're strong, and, some of them had good lawyers, some of them maybe not so much. Some of them didn't have any money, and some did. And usually, that's the ones they prey upon, is the ones that don't have any money. But spin that wheel. Tell it. Tell the truth. Tell the God's honest truth of what happened to you, and keep telling it. And don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they say you deserved it, you dressed this way, you dressed that way. You're a kid. Most of you are kids. Women who are raped as adults, you don't deserve it. Just because you're dressed a certain way? Come on. Give me a break. Somebody violated you. Their rights end when they infringe on yours. So you are lucky that you're able to talk. Some people get killed. So don't let them win. We can't let them win. We can't. Like I just said, this is a Virgo type of temperament. And, you're listening to other people's stories. And if you have one, you need to tell it. And you need to make it known what happened to you. Whether on a list or not, get out there and tell it. If you don't have the money, do a GoFundMe or something to help you get the money, to hire a good lawyer, or find one that'll work on pro bono, and sue the pants off the person that violated you. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a president. I don't care if it's your neighbor. I don't care if it was Maxwell who took you. Whatever it was, all of those people need to pay. And it's time for you to tell your truth. Be strong. You've got this, and be determined not to let it define you. You are a wonderful human being. And what happened to you, you did not deserve. It's not your fault. It's theirs for being sick. And it's not saying fight fire with fire, you did this to me, I'm going to get you back. It's not about that. It's about taking action where yourself is concerned. And where others like you, help them if you can. And this is the Queen of Cups, and this is a Gemini type of temperament. You have a balancing act you're trying to do. You're trying to do the right thing, yet you're criticized for doing the right thing, or you're shamed for doing the right thing. And that's not fair. No, it isn't. That's why we have to continue to fight and stand up. And your legacy is that you are fighting and you are standing up, regardless of what people have called you or what they've said to you or what they've done to make you have to move. You still are standing up, and you still are strong. And you have to remember that. You are strong. And this is about listening to your intuition. Know when to speak up. Know when and how. Listen to your intuition. It will lead you in the right way. You are a strong individual for even speaking out, let alone going through the court system and the whole rigmarole of what you went through and telling it. But that's also part of your healing. It's also part of your healing is for you to be able to tell it like it was in your mind and in theirs. Anybody that consoles a person that has been sexually abused by, if you tell anyone your parents won't love you anymore, is wrong. If you tell a child, a young girl at 13, they should be grateful that it was you who popped their cherry instead of a pimpled face 14-year-old. Who in their right mind says those things? Who does that? And men who molest their children need to be strong and realize it wasn't their fault. They need to realize that, you know what? My dad is sick. I am not my dad, or I am not my mom, whichever the case may be. I am not them. I am a strong, independent woman or boy or man. And I am going to stand up and I am going to tell it just like it is. Change is afoot, guys. And I think that's awesome. My hat is off to each and every one of you who has stood proud and told your story. With that whole Me Too movement, that was awesome. You told your story. And there are many, too many sick people that think because I have all the money that I can do whatever I want. You are nothing but an object. I'll play with you until I'm done, and then I'll throw you away like a piece of trash. We are not trash. We are humankind. Humankind. In the good book, as they call it, the Bible, it says mankind. What it meant was humankind. Man is not control over women. Women aren't control over man. It's humankind. We are all equal. And change is coming, guys. It's coming. And I can't wait till the victim's legacy rules on. And they put every single person on that list in jail. And they stay there. Or I'll put them all together and let them, be sick with each other in the same room. Change is coming, guys. So thank you so much for standing tall and being brave and sticking with it. Thank you. And no, you can't think that you are just naive and this is a major con, so was the last, and so was the one before that. You can't think that you were just naive and you didn't know any better. When you feel like something is wrong, something's probably wrong. If you feel like that somebody's touching you inappropriately, they probably are. If you said no, that you didn't want to, but they did it anyway, you're not being naive. You're telling yourself the truth, and you need to tell the world the truth. And keep this chain rolling, or train rolling, if you will. Keep it going. Make them pay. Make them pay. And you do have choices. You always have choices. You can stand up. You can not. You can do nothing. Or you can continue until every single pedophile is locked away. And I think they should put them all in Alcatraz Alley and let them hang out with the gators and Swamp Man, Alligator Joe. So it's time to be determined to continue to take action. This is your legacy. You make it what you want it. You don't have to be a victim. You can put the pedophile away. You can. Be determined to do so. I'm right there with you. Don't let them trick you. Don't let them trick you. Don't let them dangle the carrot. Don't let them pay you off. No. They don't get to do that. They can give you some money if they want to, but they need to go to jail. They need to pay for what they've done. Think about the poor couches of the world. Anyway, this was a betrayal to you. Someone betrayed you. They betrayed your trust. They took something you can't get back. So I'm telling you, this is a betrayal to you. Do not let it continue. We need to make them pay. With living in prison for the rest of their life and their sick life, and maybe get some help. This is not your fault. This was done to you. You didn't cause it. You didn't do it. This is your legacy. So make it a good one. Make them pay. Okay. So that's all I got to say about that. It's been on my mind for a little bit because, as you know, I was sexually abused as a young child. Mine went to prison. No thanks to me, but probably by someone else standing up, because I didn't tell anybody until I was like 18, and I was 6 when it happened to me, so I didn't really understand what was going on, I guess. But anyway, enough about that. Let's move on to this experiment I want to do. There is a spirit on the other side. His name is Dennis. And I want to see, I believe that he is not stuck, that he had some, and I think he was here because I saw him a few minutes ago float by, and I think he was like, hurry on, get on with it. I got something I got to say. So I really feel like that he is not stuck here. He is just needing to let the people know that he's okay, that he's passed on, he's okay, and he needs to recycle. He needs to go to the next chapter of his soul journey. And he needs to let them know that he loves them, always has, always will. But this is me talking. I don't think it's him talking, but I'm going to see if he'll talk through the cards for us today and see if he is stuck or isn't. So let's see. Okay, Dennis, if you are in here with me, which I feel like you are, I want you to talk through these cards to these people, your family or your loved ones or people you want to talk to, and hopefully they're on my channel, that you want to talk to, and tell them. And then you can move on with your journey. Not that you can't come and visit, because you can. Other people do it all the time. My daughter does it. So why can't you? So, okay, Dennis, what do you want to tell your sisters, your brother, your nephews, your nieces? What do you want to tell them? I know that some of your brothers are gone. I think they're all gone. What do you want to tell? I know you could talk to them already. But what do you want to talk to? What do you want to tell the people that you've left behind? So I'm actually going to do kind of a spread on this. I'm not going to pull cards like I normally do, to shuffle and see what flies out. I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to kind of do a spread and put the camera down so you can see what it is that Dennis is saying. If it even makes any sense. We'll see. It's an experiment. I want to see if spirits really can talk through cards. Okay. So we're going to do a basic Celtic cross on this. So I'm going to tilt the camera down so you guys can see the cards. Okay. So first card is that he is celebrating. This is him as he sits or he's in this room with me. This is him telling me he is celebrating. He is doing fine. He's happy. He is wanting to go on his journey, and he's celebrating that he gets to. And he gets to go on his next chapter. He just has a few loose ends. What's crossing him, and it's crossing him in a positive way. And it tells me that, he's finally getting the people to see how much that, the ones that are left behind, how much he loves them, how he has been trying to get a hold of them and tell them, I love you. And it's working. It's working. They are hearing him. I don't know if they're really paying attention, but Dennis, they're hearing you. They know that you are trying to communicate with them and tell them that you're fine and that he can come and visit. What happened? I think that he took some... this is a Page of Wands, Sagittarius card. And it looks like in his past, he took some unnecessary risk or calculated, but they weren't necessary. And I feel like that it kind of made him spiral a little bit in his past while he was alive here. And he always didn't do... I think he was an honest person. I think that Dennis didn't always do the things he should have done. He used certain things to numb himself, if you will, is what he's telling me. I've done things I'm not proud of. And for that, he's saying he is sorry. Let's see. He wants... This is up at the top of the Celtic cross. I don't know if you can see it. It is in the Nine of Wands. He wanted to be a leader. He wanted to be strong and kind for his family and his friends. He wanted to be the type of person that you could count on. But things happen to people in their lives, and, they get off track. And they have to make amends for that. Now, these two usually go hand in hand. Now, I don't believe that Dennis is... What he's trying to tell me is that it took a minute for people to hear him. He has been going into people's dreams. He has been visiting me, obviously. He has been trying very hard. And sometimes when you have a bad dream, it's because they want to get your attention. They're trying to tell you something. And I had a dream of Dennis on a tricycle as a little kid. And he said he wanted to stay there. He wanted to be a little kid. Which, hence, is why he made some bad choices. However, he was a smart guy too, you know, and right now he's trying to communicate with the living and let them know that he is sorry for the things that he's done in the past. He is sorry that he wasn't the leader that he had hoped he could be. He wants you to hear that he is fine. He's doing well. He's getting ready to go on another chapter in his life, his soul journey, not his life on this plane, but on a different plane. So I think that's awesome. I think that he is trying to get his voice across. Wow, coming up for him. You know, I think that, you know, he has had to make amends on some of the things that he has done that have hurt others. And this is a karmatic thing. This will probably happen to him in the next life. And he's well aware of that. He is well aware that he's going to have some payback. Karma's real, guys. Really. It'll get you in this life or the next. So try to do the best you can do. So yes, he's aware that he was being a little booger on earth sometimes, or a devil or a trickster. But, you know, he realizes that, you know, that was a mistake. And he realizes that he's got some karmatic payback. This would be what works for him is that the betrayals weren't on him. You know, they weren't him being betrayed. It was more him betraying. And he realizes that, and he's trying to make amends to the people that are living. He wants them to know that the betrayal was on him. It's not on you. It was nothing you did. It was on him. And judgment, you know, judgment can be rough, you know, especially when you do your life review, if you will. He says it wasn't an easy thing to see, but it was necessary. And it was necessary to have some closure and make some closure. So, you know, he's pretty much, you know, already did life review there. And he realizes that, yes, I get to be a guardian angel for a little while. And I will be, but I'm going on my journey. And I want you guys to know that I will come visit. Oh, I got 2 cards as outcome. Sometimes you got to tweak your plan. Or your dreams. And I think what this is trying to say is that he wasn't trying to be greedy. He wasn't trying to be greedy. He wasn't trying to keep all the money for himself or, you know, not help anybody. He wasn't trying to be greedy. He just didn't know where to place his swords, where to place his trust, where to move his determination to. He needed to tweak his plan. He had a good one, but he needed to tweak it. And some things happened to him that he really could not figure out. You know, it's like me in accounting. There's some things about it I just can't figure out. But I'm working on it. So I believe that Dennis is, what he's trying to say is to the people that are living is I was an asshole at times. I wasn't a liar, but I was an asshole. I didn't do what I really wanted to do. I love you. I am fine. I am celebrating, even though, you know, I'm going to have some karmatic payback in my next little life or my next plane that I'm going to. I realize that. I'm well aware of it. It's going to happen sooner than later. He is trying to tell you that he's been trying to talk to you for a while now. It's not been just like yesterday. It's been for a while. And I also think that, you know, to recap, he has learned some things through his life review. And he has learned that, yeah, I've got some karmatic due and I've got to figure out a way to communicate with the people I've hurt on earth this time around. So he may have to tweak his plan. He may have to get a little bit aggressive or a little bit, scary in a dream, or you may see him and that might scare you. But he's not trying to hurt you. He's trying to let you know that he loves you. All of you. Even the ones who didn't know him well. He's saying that life is a beautiful thing. Stand up for what you believe in. So that's usually all there is, but I usually always do, when I do a reading, I usually always do a final card. Now, usually there's only one outcome card, but two happen to stick together, so I read them both. So I hope this makes sense to the loved ones that he has left behind. Obviously, I don't know him very well, but he says I've done a good job of trying to explain. I'm not on the other side. I don't know what you go through, but he was just trying to tell me. So hopefully people are picking up what he's laying down. So let's do this last card thing, and I do this on all of my readings. So if you do want a private consultation, email me at junewagner633@yahoo.com, and we can work out a payment. It can be a gift. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. And I believe he said everything he needs to say. I don't see anything. I'm not feeling anything. So this is done, guys. Yeah, that's done. Okay, thank you, Dennis, for visiting with us and being here and talking with us and kind of giving somebody on here on earth an insight to what happens when you die, like a life review, and realizing that you got to have to go through some of the stuff you put other people through, or, there's some karmatic payback that we all have never, we all do things that we wish we hadn't, especially when we get older. And it's time to make amends while we can. And he is trying to do it through people's dreams and through people like me. And he is trying to give us an insight to what it's like on the other side. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's a wonderful gift. Thank you, Dennis. So with all that being said, guys, the next live is August, I don't know why I said July. August 9th is the next live, and I think Eleanor wants to do another mat giveaway for that day. I look forward to that. So I hope to see you guys Saturday between 3:30ish for Saturday Live with June, your tarot queen, or your mouth of South, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. So anyway, till next time, stay mystical.